drinkers will have to pay 20 pence more for their pints at peak times under a dynamic pricing system being introduced by Britain's biggest pub group.
Stonegate, which owns the Slug and Lettuce chain, and Yates says the move will help cover extra costs, such as bringing in extra staffing. But should pubs be charging more for pints at busy times? We've asked some punters what they think.
Well, we come into the pub a lot. We come in morning, noon and part of the evening. Why would you put our prices up when we've been here all day?
I feel like for people that are our age specifically, like obviously we don't have a lot of money at the moment, so it's a bit of a hit for us.
I think driving people into pubs at times that are off-peak is probably a good thing. We all work different shifts and hours these days.
It's already as expensive enough as it is.
It's pretty crazy that they're going to up it even more.
Right, so Miranda Richardson, who runs the Squirrels and the Heart, says don't treat loyal customers like this. But consumer expert Harry Wallop says pubs can do whatever they like with their prices. Very good morning to you both.
Defending the indefensible.
I think it's really clever on the part of pubs. Look, they're trying to reduce the crush in a pub at a busy time and encourage you to go at a quieter time. The outrage is all completely confected. If they had put up 20 pence on the price of a pint across the day in all their pubs, no one would have noticed. They would have just gone, oh, it's another price increase.
The nation's screaming at you now. What are you doing?
Look, a pint of beer is not a sacred thing. It is not a life-saving pharmaceutical. You know, that would be outrageous if there was putting up the price for more demand. This is just a pint of beer. You don't need to have a pint of beer, and if you really hate the idea, you can go to someone else's pub down the road.
And that's what's going to be the issue. They're going to put the prices up, and people are not going to want to go back to those pubs. Instead of driving footfall and having more customers by keeping it level, if they put the prices up, we might go in, we might have one drink and go, I'm not going to pay more for that on a Saturday night, so I won't go back. So instead of increasing your guest base and your consumer base, you're just going to alienate them. They'll go once, they won't go back again. We do that for restaurants.
They're shooting themselves in the foot.
Well, I think they've been... Well, part of the problem is they've been very transparent. They put very clear notices on the table saying what they were doing.
What are the hours between which your pint will cost 20 pence more?
As I understand it, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So the woman in the video...
An unhappy hour.
Well, yes, and of course, it's been dubbed an unhappy hour. No one has a problem with a happy hour. I mean, look, dynamic pricing happens across the consumer industry, in hotels, in airlines and online.
Airlines are luxury items. We budget for holidays, we budget for that. You do it once a year. You know the price is going to go up because it's summer holidays. We expect that.
But Miranda, don't you actually benefit? I mean, if you've got... I don't know whether your pubs are in the vicinity of a Slug and Lettuce, but if they're charging 20 pence more between, what, 5 and 7, do you say? Then you just scoop up their custom.
To a point, maybe. But actually, those pubs are always going to have their regulars. They're always going to have the people that are going to go there, regardless, and regardless of a price increase, OK? Right. However, the knock-on effect of that is that person that's still going to go there because that's where they go at 5 o'clock and they might end up having an extra £1 or £2 spent through the course of the evening. That potentially... the knock-on at home is bigger.
Why don't you just put your prices up?
£2 that won't go home.
Yes.
That won't feed a kid. Because these people are still going to go to the pub. They're still going to be there.
Why not just put your prices up and then cut them during the day? And then you're winning.
But for who? Get the guest experience right. Get the guest experience right. Make them feel that the pub is somewhere to go to.
Harry, I'm so sorry. Lorraine's, you know, come out of the pub in order to do her programme. We got across.